Hi, and welcome to another episode of All Things Considered. Tonight, I would like to speak to you on something that the Seattle Mayor, Jenny Durkan, is doing. And I'm going to read this article and I'm going to kind of comment on it. This is an article by one of the Seattle Times staff reporters. Now, I don't have a very easy time looking up stuff and digging in real deep on certain subjects. So what I do is I find something that I read and it sounds credible to me, something that makes a lot of sense to me, and then I give you my opinion on it. And at this time, I managed to come across an article that was in the Seattle Times entitled "Seattle's Mayor Jenny Durkan Pushes Tax on Home Heating Oil." I understand why she's doing this, I really do, and then when I read you the article it'll make more sense, but she's trying to get everything to go over to electric. Now, personally, I love cooking with fire. I love a stove that's gas. I just love it. It cooks better, it fires up hotter, it's more even when you're cooking. You don't have any lumpy hot and cold areas. I have an electric stove in my house now where I live at. I'm stuck with it, but if it was up to me and I could change it out, I would go with the gas range. I really would. But it says here she's pushing a tax on home heating oil. She wants to tax home heating oil and push some 18,000 Seattle homeowners reliant on the crude oil product to convert to electric heating pumps. Moving faster to convert Seattle's homes off of dirty fossil fuels is good for our climate, our economy, and our children's future, Durkan said in a new release. The mayor's office drafted legislation for city council. Council member Michael Bryan said he will sponsor the legislation and plans to have it before the full council in September. We need to be off of fossil fuels by 2030. O'Brien said, adding that heating oil was dirty, not very efficient, and had a high carbon cost fueling greenhouse gas emissions. The mayor's office estimated that converting 18,000 homes would be equivalent to removing the emissions of 9,000 cars each year. Durkan's proposed tax of 24 cents per gallon on heating oil. There's going to be a lot of people that will say 24 cents a gallon. Is that really a lot? I mean, really? Now, for those that need it, that don't have a lot of money, that's going to be quite a lot in the long run. But it says here her proposed 24 cents per gallon on heating oils, heating oil providers would fund programs to help households switch to electric heat. Well, there's going to be people that sell heating oil that's not going to like everybody switching over to electric because they're making money off the oil. The tax would take effect in July of 2020. According to the news release, the legislation also calls for oil tanks to be decommissioned or upgraded by the end of 2028. Converting and decommissioning oil heating systems can cost thousands of dollars. That is very true. The mayor's office estimates that 1,000 low-income households would be eligible for a conversion entirely on the city's dime. Now that's good. That is very, very good. But you're going to get a lot of middle class and rich that are going to complain about that because they don't like to have to fit the bill. I personally believe that if I have the money to pay for something and somebody else doesn't have the money to pay for something, then I believe that I should pay because I can. They should get a pass because they can't. That's just me. I mean, I'm kind of weird like that. It says here, this is relatively easy to do. To say, hey, we want to help you pay for a conversion and your utility bill will go down, O'Brien said. The mayor's office estimates that heating oil costs a household $1,700 a year on average, and that the electric heat pump would cost about half that in electricity. Robert Lauch, an employee of the Ballard Oil Company, a heating oil provider, called the mayor's proposal a tax on old people. See, what am I saying? That there's going to be people that ain't going to like this idea. Saying most of the company's customers were over 50 years old and living in Seattle's older homes. Businesses never pay for anything. If you don't pass the cost on to the consumer, you're not in business anymore, he said. And that's why the cost goes up, of cost of the product. Businesses never pay for anything. Now, it would be nice if a business would say, you know what, we're going to cover that for you. You've helped us get where we're at. We're going to help you get where you need to be. Wouldn't that sound nice? A good while ago, the Kansas City Chiefs football team, the Kansas City Chiefs needed to renovate the Arrowhead Stadium. What did they do? Instead of passing it on to the citizens and making them pay for the renovations, the Kansas City Chiefs football players and the owners paid for it themselves, and they gave it to the city as a gift. You helped us get to where we're at, so we're going to help you get to where you need to be. Hey, I should remember that as a slogan. You helped me get where I'm at, so I'm going to help you get to where you need to be. I have to write that down. It's they never pay for anything. He's honest about that. That's true. Never does. Never does. But Lauch said Ballard Oil Company has about 3,000 customers in Seattle. The company serves households from Des Moines to South Everett. Typical customers have 300-gallon tanks on their property, which are filled up about 2 to 3 times each year, Lauch said. He said Ballard Oil in recent years has lost some customers to electric heat pumps, but picked more up as other heating oil providers shrank and consolidated. I think that if you're wanting what's best for the city, whether you're making money off of the oil or whether you're making money off the electric heat, if it was me personally, I would be like, okay, you know, I would love to have your business because I'm in the business of making money. But I care about the city more than I care about my business. And I can guarantee you'll probably get more customers in the long run. It says typically the company charges $2.83 per gallon to fill tanks that are 275 gallons and larger, according to its website. So she's going to pass this tax on home heating oil. If you decide to keep using the heating oil and you're willing to pay the tax, it's only 24 cents a gallon. Then that money will go to help people that want to switch over. Give me your thoughts on it, Seattle. And if you're not in Seattle and you live somewhere else and you're using oil, let me know what you think. Put a comment down there. But if you're in Seattle, please put your comments down there. Let me know what you think. Do you use electric or do you use oil? Do you own a house or do you rent an apartment? Or did you manage to get on YouTube and you happen to be homeless at the moment? And when I say homeless, I don't mean destitute and on the street. The definition of homeless is person or persons who do not own their own home. They are homeless because they have no home. They are less a home. Homeless is a slang term, but if you live in an apartment, you are technically homeless because you don't own a home. But wherever you lay your hat and wherever your heart is, you can make it home. So, if you like my videos, please put a like and subscribe down in put a like and subscribe. I can't do this without you. I need you. This is an us communications. You and I, an us productions. You and I making this work. You and I. We are in this world together. We're all brothers and sisters. Hopefully we're all striving for the same goal, which is to make tomorrow better than it was today. This has been All Things Considered. Have a good night, Seattle, and all points beyond.